Yo, what's good people? Welcome back to another podcast presentation of Yosef's 2 cents. I'm your man, Yosef X, and tonight I want to share with you some reflections on my almost 40 years of living. Normally, I talk about controversial subjects that nobody else dares to talk about, but tonight I'm not going to be so controversial. In fact, if there's any young man or young woman that's listening to me, I want to give you some gems of wisdom to prevent you from falling into the same pitfalls and snares and traps that I fell in. So sit back, unwind, relax, and chill, and let us do what we always do, and that's sit down and reason together. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few moments. All right. All right. I think we got everything squared away now. All right. I had to take care of some things right quick. But welcome back again to another podcast presentation of Yosef's Two Cents. I'm your man, Yosef X. And I figured tonight I would share with you my reflections on my 40th anniversary of life, my 40th born day. And I hope all of you have had a very beautiful and fantastic Sunday. I hope it was peaceful and restful. And if it was not uh, peaceful and restful, at least it was productive, and I hope everything is going well with y'all. Let's see who we got with us before I get into my thoughts. Brother Sam on the YouTube side, good evening to you, sir. Thanks for joining the fray again. Always appreciate you. Brother Barron and Sister Nadia, good evening to the both of you as well. Thank you so much for joining the fray again. My day, Brother Sam, it's been very, very blessed. And I say that because I've had a lot more time to, reflect on my, almost 40 years of living. Brother Daniel P., what's going on, man? Thank you for the early born day wishes, man. I do appreciate you. Thanks for joining the fray as well. I'm going to say this. Normally, when I go on the air, I talk about subjects that's normally the pink elephant in the room. I talk about subjects that people, for the most part, really are afraid to really touch on. And that's where I come in. Nadia, what's going on? How's it going, my friend? I hope everything is well with you and your family. Peace and blessings upon all of y'all. Normally I talk about subjects that people are afraid to talk about, Let me fix my microphone. People are afraid to really discuss subjects that's the pink elephant in the room. And I talk about subjects because, number one, it needs to be addressed. I mean, how else are we going to get better as a people if we don't talk about what confronts us in our contemporary society and our contemporary community? That's the first thing. Second thing is, I'm an entertainer. Every time I go on the air on social media, especially when it's Yosef's 2 cents, I'm an entertainer. I'm a showman. And by me being a villain that likes to get, on people's nerves at times, you know, this is what I do. I'm an entertainer. I try to edutain you, both educate as well as entertain. Because let's face it, most people are dumb as hell is hot, you know, and people will much rather be entertained than educated. So I tried to mesh the two together, education and entertainment. So I'm a showman. And then the next reason is because deep down inside, I want all these boneheads to do better, because we live in a world now where the era of dictatorship and tyranny continues to be on the rise. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I talk about subjects that nobody else wants to talk about. And controversy sells. They love to see somebody, fall flat on their face, fall flat on their, what. They get a big kick out of it. And I must admit, I was like that too when I was younger. I was like that too. But now that the Most High, I believe, will ordain it to be so, for me to be 40 years of age this Thursday. Fact is, I can discern a great change in my heart. I can see a change in my heart. I can see a change in me. I can sense it. I can feel it, and those things that once piqued my interest, not so much. And as I posted some time ago, look, the fact is, um, you got to grow up sometime. You got to grow up sometime. And for me, 40 is a big deal. It's a huge deal. And the reason why it's such a huge deal is because of the fact, turning 40 is something that, it's a privilege that is denied to a lot of people. It is. People are not having the salt and pepper beard like I have. Hey, Sister Israel, what's going on? Thanks for joining the fray tonight. I hope you having a blessed day as well. And, like I said, I've survived things, that will probably have other people commit suicide. I've been through some things that, it made me better, but at the same time, I'm still healing from it. I'm still, working on making peace with it, and even being transparent and me being transparent and um me being transparent and being vulnerable and opening myself up, to share with you some of the things is that I've survived, that I've gone through, is something that I don't do very often. But I do it because I want to inspire anybody and everybody that will listen to take heed, you know. Um, because there was a time when I didn't think I'd live to see 40. I'm being honest. I've seen things, I've seen people laying in a pool of their own blood, dead and gone. I've seen a man kidnap a woman held hostage in the subway when I was 5, 6, 7 years of age. I was with my oldest sister, and I was with my mom when all this took place. I've seen condoms all over the ground. I saw, you know, crack pipes all on the ground. I saw bullet shells, you know. When I tell you I've been on both sides of the track, believe me, I know what it's like to live in a gated community. And I also know what it's like having to live in a homeless shelter so you won't, you know, so you won't freeze to death. I also know what it's like to live in a crack house for 3 days so you wouldn't freeze to death. These are just some of the things that I survived. I survived homelessness not once but twice. I've lived in homeless. I've lived everywhere from gated communities. I've rented rooms. I had to pay for my rooms. I've lived in churches for a couple of months. I've been in the Salvation Army. I've lived in a crack house. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't freeze to death. So I've had mountaintop blessings, but I've also had some very, very valley lows. I've lost my first wife. I suffered a nervous breakdown behind that. Survived that. You know. So whenever I hear people, trying to bully other people into accepting their fringe lifestyle and to accept a life, a gender that they were not born to be, man, come on. Come on. You can't even accept the gender you were born as, yet you talking about you want to be a revolutionary? Please. Please. And most times the reason why there are homosexuals and lesbians that walks amongst us is because they were violated as children. They're not going to tell you about how the seeds were sowed and how they became homosexuals and lesbians and transgenders. They were violated. They're not going to tell you that. Yeah. Yeah. You know something, brother Baron, I'm gonna be honest, man. That I really believe that's the reason why I'm still breathing right now. The mercy of the Most High has a plan for my life. Yeah. Yeah. When I tell you I have survived things that would kill most people, believe me when I tell you. Brother David, man, shout out to you, big bro. I know you've been going through some problems with your health as well. Thank you for the reaction. I do appreciate it. And I hope you're doing well. Yeah. And see, Sister Israel, you know as well as I do, they're not going to talk about these topics in the churches. And they're not going to talk about it in the Hebrew Israelite community either. People are being hush hush. When I tell you how grateful and how appreciative I am of the Most High for sparing my life and allowing me to almost see 40 years of age, man, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I've lived in the best neighborhoods. I've driven Cadillacs back to back for 3 years straight, possibly even 4 years straight. I've had the best, you know. I've had the best. Daniel P says revolution cannot take place without self-reflection first. Facts. See, here's the thing with that. It takes courage to undergo self-reflection, because most people don't want to do the work. Most people don't want to do the work. Most people are too cowardly to do the work. Brother Sam says most ain't ready to uncover that part of their life within. No, they're not. When I talk about controversial subjects, some of it I've lived through. I've been open and honest about my alcohol abuse. I've been very open and candid about it. I've been very open and honest about my alcohol abuse. I don't abuse alcohol now, you know. My health has improved greatly, you know, because alcohol abuse, that's self-destructive, you know. I made it a point within my own heart and mind, look, I am not ready to die. I'm not ready to die. I got a lot more life to live. There's still a lot of things that I want to get accomplished. There's still a lot of things that I want to get achieved. You know, and that's something, you know what I mean? That's something that, I made a decision for myself. I said, listen, I know that I gotta leave this world eventually. But the fact is, I ain't ready yet. I got a lot more work to do. I'm trying to do the bidding of the Most High. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to do the bidding of the Most High. Earlene, what's going on? Thanks for joining the fray tonight. I hope everything is well with you. Appreciate you. Daniel P says a lot of those so-called Israelite camps done took the 501c3, being agents of this wicked system. The real teachers of Yah's word keep getting blocked and shut down on various media outlets or shadow banned, like yours truly. I can't tell you how long I've been shadow banned. I've been shadow banned for years. So many don't have that strong backbone because they have not healed from it. Here's the deal. I get that they're not healed from it, but the longer they don't heal from it, that's that's a slow suicide. Now, I'm not saying that it's easy, because it's not. Look, here's the deal. I used to be one of these stupid, hypocritical jackasses that would just tell somebody, oh, it's going to be all right. It's going to be this, it's going to be that. And, it's going to be so easy. Nah, life ain't easy. Life ain't easy. You understand? Now, granted, sometimes people make life difficult for themselves, and it's also because of other people. I'll give you that. I'll grant you that. Never in my wildest dreams did I would think that I would be an eyewitness to what I have studied in the scriptures of the Bible or the Quran. I thought when I was studying both of these books, the events that the prophets of old from the long line of divine, I was thinking that I'd be long gone when this would take place. I really did. I thought that I did. I thought I'd be long gone. I never thought that me personally, I will be an eyewitness to any of this. You know what I mean? I never thought this. I never thought that I would live to see all the madness that's ensuing in the world. I'll be an eyewitness to it. And I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of this stuff that we are eyewitnesses to, it's frightening. It's scary. You know, it's scary. It's frightening. I'm proud to be saying, yeah, bro, or yeah, sis. I'm almost 40. I'll be 40 August 3rd. I'll be 40 this Thursday. There she is. Good evening to you too, doll. Thank you for joining us. As always, appreciate you. And I'm glad you made it to your destination safely. See, what people think ain't a big flex, to me, that's the biggest flex in the world. When I was in my early 20s, for the better part of 10 years, every other year for 10 years straight, I was burying somebody. Every other year for 10 years straight, I was an undertaker. I was burying somebody. I was burying my cousins. I was burying loved ones. I even buried the woman that taught me how to drive. She was a family friend. She taught me how to drive. I had to bury her. I had to bury one of my cousins that I went to school with. I buried him. I had to bury one of my cousins, another one of my cousins. She passed away from cancer. She was one of my favorite cousins, too. Rest in peace, cousin Gloria. I love you. I still love you. You're still one of my favorite cousins. My cousin Gloria is gone. My cousin Guy, he's gone. So, yeah. Oh, and by the way, I don't do this often. Excuse me. I don't do this often, but I'm going to do this time. Officially, I will be 40 years of age this Thursday. And since I'm not really big on birthdays, this is what I want you to do. If you feel so inclined, and I'm going to be taking gifts for the entire month of August. Shoot, if you want to hit that Cash App for me, you can start tonight. I'll tell you what my Cash App is. My Cash App is $ hidden one truth. It sure is. Let me post. Let me. Yeah, that's my Cash App right there. Let me put it up. That's my Cash App right there. Yep. Hidden one truth. That's my Cash App right there. Oh, you're welcome, love. You're welcome. Yes, yes, yes. The whole month of August, I will be taking gifts. I will be accepting gifts the entire month of August. See? But I want to talk. I want to talk. I want to talk to our young people a little bit more. I find myself as I become older and more mature, I find myself wanting to talk to um I want to talk to our young people more. I do not want our young people, our babies and children, to fall and to make the same bonehead mistakes that I made. I really don't. If I can impart some kind of wisdom and knowledge to our babies and children, so be it. I don't want them to make the same bonehead because I want them to be better than me. I really do. I want I want our babies and our children to be better than me in every arena, in every aspect of life. Yep. The whole month. The whole month of August. That's me. Yep. Sure am. Whole month. Dame P says, so true, bro, cause when we were children, we didn't think this would be happening in our lifetime. But laugh out loud. And behold, we're more closer to the end than we realized. Y'all ain't nothing to play with. No, he's not. No, he's not. See, every time I go on the air, behind the microphone, in front of the camera, when I was in front of the camera, and I'm going to start going back on the camera pretty soon too, with a little bit of a difference. But you'll see. But every time I go on the air, I go on the air for a purpose. Because believe it or not, in addition to me not wanting to see our babies and our children make the same bonehead mistakes as me, I don't I don't want I don't want to see anybody fall flat on their face because believe it or not, I really want to see everybody win. I really do. But there's a way to go about doing things. You know what I mean? And in addition to me, striving to be better, I want to see the adults do better too. I do. I do. And I don't know no other way to better except talk about the things that has been plaguing us, plaguing a man, plaguing a woman, plaguing our children. We have got to do better. We got to do better. You know what I mean? I want to do better. you know. And I think about it now as I talk with you, I'm a lot stronger than I give myself credit for. When I tell you I have survived a lot of different things, believe me, I have survived a lot of different things. And I want to continue to survive. Because look, see, this is the example that I'm talking about. Brother Barron says the whole United States have their children have to take the vaccine shots in order to return to school. Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all better start homeschooling your children. Like, seriously. Seriously. Truthfully. Y'all better start homeschooling your kids, man. Because it doesn't make sense for you to keep enrolling your children in a school system, in this beast system that is a Babylonian system, and everything that has the Babylonian sticker to it, whatever it may be, is anti-Yah. Why would you want to put your children in a system that is anti-Yah, anti-holy, anti-divine? Why? Why? Please tell me why. Why? Real talk. And the fact is, in all sincerity, in all truth, why? Because when you send your children to a beast system that is anti-Yah, all you're doing is sending your children off to be slain. That's my Cash App. Hidden One Truth. That's $ Hidden One Truth. And once again, I will be taking gifts all month long. But look, here's the thing. Real talk. In all sincerity, I see what's going on. I'm an eyewitness to things that continues to ensue. And that's the truth. Real talk. In all truth and in all sincerity. Man, I'm supposed to be see, this is the kind of man that I'm supposed to be sharing with you reflections on my 40th birthday. And I'm still warning you about this beast-like system. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and this is real talk. I've been very open and I've been very honest about my um my past abuse of alcohol. Am I proud of my abuse? No. No. I'm not proud of it. Let me tell you something. I now see for myself as to why my parents strongly encouraged me not to drink alcohol. I had to learn the hard way, but I did. I did. But although I'm not a parent, I am a godfather. I am a niece. I mean, not a niece. I have nieces and nephews. I have godchildren. And eventually I'm going to have some more kids. Believe it or not, I already look at Myron and Nola and Olivia as mine anyway. Facts. I do. I look at them as mine anyway, already. So let me say this. To the good parents out there that's honorable and respectful, I applaud you for trying to be the best parents that you can be. Really, I do. I applaud y'all. Truthfully, I do. I applaud you for being the best parents and the best guardians that you can be. Really, I do. But let me tell y'all something, man. The harder you try to keep your children away from certain things, pardon me, the longer and the harder you try to keep your children away from certain elements, guess what? Eventually, they gonna get into it anyway. They are. Because all you're gonna do is heighten their curiosity. Let me put it like this. Nah, I'm not gonna forget those rugrats over there. I didn't forget about them. No, I haven't. I haven't forgotten about Isabella, Isaac, Ryan, Bianca. I haven't forgotten about them. How could I? But what I'm saying is, here's the deal. Especially these parents that's overprotective of their children. Listen, when you tell them, when you are so strict on them, eventually they are going to pop. Why do you think these parents in these Pentecostal churches, you know what I'm saying? You going to have your daughters wear a long dress or wear a long muumuu? Come on, come on, come on, come on. You know something? That's part of the reason why I'm a bit thugged out right now. My parents were overprotective and they were strict. That's why I'm a bit thugged out now. I've calmed down, but you know, but see, parents, see, people don't know how to be parents, bro. Because there has to be something already within you that lets you know, all right, this person over here is doing this. That shouldn't be. Or this person over here not doing that. I'm surprised you haven't started teaching that. You haven't started teaching that already. J. Cole, what's going on, bro? Thanks for joining us. He says, if you as a parent are super strict all the time, then one day they'll rebel and not want to come home. You know, that's the problem with a lot of these people right now. They wanted to get the hell away from the house. That's why a lot of people they haven't come home in years. Now a lot of them, they made something of themselves, and then unfortunately not so much. But they got out of that rut and they eventually became, you know, the kind of men and the women that the Most High wanted them to be. That's very unfortunate, bro. That's very, very, very unfortunate. But look at it, like this. As unfortunate as that was for you, right? At least you know for you know within yourself, if I ever become a father, this is something that I know I'm not going to do with my children. Because the things that we didn't get from our parents, we made a pact. We took an oath with the Most High and ourselves and say, listen, the things that my parents didn't give me, I'm going to make sure I give to my children. And Brother Barron is right. If you're going to be strict, make sure there's love and respect that goes along with it. Deacon Barron says, my parents were strict, but they gave love along with structure. That's the recipe. That's the recipe. You understand? That is the recipe. That's the recipe. Oh Lord, they'll learn from Olivia. Oh Lord. Oh boy. J. Cole says you can't have old school parenting methods in the 21st century world full of evolving technology. Really? Sure you can. See, people got to understand that, these cellular devices and iPads and laptops and all this stuff, these are tools. Unfortunately, most people are slaves to their tools. See, we got things all backwards and everything. There you go. That's another good point. Brother Barron says, and you are not pissed at someone else. Cool your temper and think before you react to your baby. See, here's the thing. It takes intelligence to do that, number one. And number two, that parent cannot afford to have hatred for the other parent and take it out on that child. Remember, I said a few moments ago, I never thought that I would live to see the day when I would be an eyewitness to a lot of different things. Well, I never thought that I would be an eyewitness to those who make such lousy parents, deadbeat parents, that they would go and beat their child because they hate the parent. And it's mainly the mothers abusing these children that hate the fathers. Let me get to some more of your observations before I continue on. But at the same time, with my kids, I'll make sure I know the kids they're playing with and their parents. These kids sometimes be ending up dead during these sleepovers. Facts. 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 As you should. Daniel P. says the ebony porn star Melrose Fox came from a strict Christian home. Her father used to be a preacher. Now he's supporting her career, unfortunately. He's failed as a father. If he is supporting his daughter's career in pornography, he has failed as a father. Yo, let me tell you something. I'm old school. You understand? I'm old school. I'm old school. Black was black, white was white, pink was pink, gray was gray. I'm serious. Lord have mercy. Lady Marla says, stop letting people that's not equipped mentally to give you any advice on how to raise your babies. That's a whole bar. That is a whole bar. But I'm going to say again, everything that y'all are saying, it takes intelligence and it takes courage to do. And you also have to keep in mind that not everybody has neither one. I was raised old school. Let me tell you just how old school I was raised. I was raised so old school that if my father and the ancestors of old from that ilk saw me or saw somebody else wearing a pink tie, we would get our heads bashed in. They will raise $1 billion worth of hell just for us wearing a pink tie. In my household, the only person that could wear pink was mom. I'm serious. I'm not making this stuff up. My father would have all kinds of hell raised. Truthfully, sincerely. And see, if we had more fathers in the home, most importantly, if the fathers weren't kicked out of the home back during the early 1970s, and if it wasn't for Big Daddy government taking the place of the melanated fathers, guess what? We wouldn't be having these problems that we having now. See? But I want to reflect some more on the things that I survived. I got sidetracked a little bit, but I want to focus on me for just a second. By me having both parents in the house, I think that's one of the reasons why I'm looked upon as a villain. You'll be surprised to know just how many dirty looks I get from dudes. I get dirty looks from dudes. I stand up straight. I walk tall. I'm self-assured. I continue to work on myself gradually every day. Meanwhile, I'm walking down the street minding my business, going to work, and I get these dirty looks. I'm like, what the hell y'all looking at me for? What the hell did I do to you? But see, a man that is emotional like a woman, they're dangerous. They're dangerous. They're dangerous. They're dangerous. They're dangerous. It's sad, but they're dangerous. It's sad. Let's see. All right, Brother Barron says many adults are lost in self-awareness to know who they are and to respect themselves. So they only know how to make a baby, but not to raise a child. Bars. Bars. And you know something? I think those are the same kinds of males, right? Those are the same kind of males that that be giving me dirty looks. Now, look, I'm all for peace. I'm all for keeping the peace and everything, but I'm going to tell you something. Don't get it twisted. I will defend myself. Oh Lord. Thank you, Naughty. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That's just my badass niece. That's all. Daniel P says you got to be careful with these sleepovers, cause many a time children have been sexually violated by the very same children they're having sleepovers with. Factual and true. Then people as parents wonder why their children is wilding out growing up to become a sexual deviant all over the place. Or perversion have entered them at a very young age. Let me tell y'all something, man. It's both spiritual and scientific. Daniel brought out the spiritual aspect of it. I'm telling you the scientific aspect of it. People act their genetics. I told y'all before, it's both scientific, it's both spiritual and scientific. Everybody don't belong to the Most High, and everybody does not come from good stock, period. And all of this that I'm sharing with y'all, I have seen, I have observed in my almost 40 years of life. Like I said, J. Cole, that's just my badass niece. She'll be all right. She'll live. She don't want nothing. Don't worry, I'll be ready. But see, I'm like I said, I'm grateful. Hold on just a second, y'all. Let me do this right quick. Let me do this right quick. Hold on. I don't know why my signals is so weak this evening. I don't get it. I just don't get it at all. I don't get it. Can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me, let me know. And see, let me tell y'all something else too. A lot of y'all are hard-headed as hell too. I ain't just talking about children. I'm talking about you, some of y'all as adults. Y'all hard-headed as hell too. Y'all hard-headed. Yeah, y'all are. So, yeah, a lot of y'all, a lot of my listeners and my viewers that I've had over the years, y'all have been very hard-headed as hell. Y'all have, man. I've been podcasting now for almost 6 years. I had this one person that I was counseling and consulting at one time, and they were telling me about all kinds of problems they were having with either their boyfriend or their girlfriend. I can't remember which one it was. But to make a long story short, the reason why a lot of y'all are hard-headed is because a lot of y'all still think you can change people. A lot of y'all still have a superiority or a messiah complex, pardon me. You cannot change anybody that does not want to be helped. You can't do it. Think about it. Real talk. In all truth and in all sincerity, you cannot change anybody that don't want to be helped, that don't want to be changed. Thing also is that you don't know how to accept rejection. You don't take rejection very well. You don't. You don't take rejection very well either. If a man or a woman rejects you, why get mad? That man or that woman could be saving you from a life of misery and headache. That's why a lot of these men be ghosting you females. And that's why a lot of these women be ghosting you males too. Let me tell y'all something. If a man or woman says no, they're not interested in you, take that L and don't look at it as a loss. But you know why you can't handle rejection? I'm going to tell you why you can't handle rejection. It's either because, number one, you're not accustomed to being rejected. You're accustomed to doing the rejecting. That's number one. And number two, a lot of y'all got abandonment issues. You do. You do. And then when somebody tells you the truth, you overlook and you ignore what they say. But if another person tells your stupid ass the same thing, then you're going to agree with it. That means you ain't interested in the truth itself. You interested in who's telling you the truth. That's another reason why your ass is hard-headed. In my almost 40 years of life, I've come to realize it don't matter who tells the truth. The truth don't care who tells the truth. The truth don't care about your feelings. Period. Point blank, period. Truthfully. Sincerely. Stop looking for the truth to come in popular places, in popular areas. Sometimes the truth can come from the most unlikeliest of places, from the most unlikeliest of sources. It's the truth. And then I've also seen people, I've literally have seen people tell other people the truth about a certain situation and won't believe the truth. But if they come up with a lie, they will eat that lie all up. Think about it. Think about it. Let me get to your observations right quick. All right. Let me get to your observations right quick. And I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. Lady Marla says, I truly believe if you don't want to be brought up in destruction, start pleading to the Most High to break that generational curse. Now, when you praying for the Most High to break that generational curse, be careful praying that prayer because he just may use you to answer your own prayer. So be careful with that. Sister Israel says, or sometimes they could be the very ones in your family and wonder why they don't like going around certain people's homes anymore. Let me say this. There's a difference between family and relatives. Those kinds of people you talking about, Sister Israel, they ain't family. Those are relatives. Relatives you're related, unfortunately, by blood. But you can choose who you want to be as your family. But you're absolutely right about that too. Lady Marla and you are both spot on in your observations. Pastor Levi, what's going on, bro? Thanks for joining us. Brother Sam says, my father told the congregation that they are the most hard-headed adults he ever met. I feel his pain. I feel his pain. J. Cole says, like Dr. Umar trying to save Suki. Saving someone will bring you down physically and spiritually. That's that Messiah complex, bro. That's that Messiah complex. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. And shout out to you also for uh doing the Most High's work on your end as well. Your ministry has also enlightened and illuminated me as well. And keep doing what you're doing as well. Daniel P says, you can't save Dukiana. You can only let broads like her continue to eat ish from niggas, Yeah. Oh boy. Yo, she's filthy, bro. She is filthy. She is. She is mad filthy. My boy Sam said he just started shouting. Don't get in trouble, bro. Oh boy. Nadia is right. Stop begging for a lie. You know what? They ain't gonna stop. They are not gonna stop. They're gonna continue on with it. That's right. Respect the decision. Respect the decision. Respect it. Respect it. There's a few more things that I want to share with y'all before I get up on out of here in my 40 years of life. I've learned a lot, but for the sake of time, I'm going to condense it within about 15 to 20 minutes and I'm out of here. See, anybody can be book smart. And see, education is not necessarily what you have learned or what you know. Education is not necessarily what you know. Education is about what you have discovered. That's what real education is. It's not about how much you know, it's how much about what you have discovered. That's why you got some educated fools. You do. And because, right, you have some educated fools, that's why they'll never be able to broaden their horizons. It'll never happen. Period. They will never be able to broaden their horizons. J. Cole says the reason the Most High cursed us is because we're a rebellious, stiff-necked nation of people and don't keep the commandments. Bro, do you know how long I've been saying that too? Do you know how long I've been saying this? I've been saying this for years. I've said it when I've been preaching my sermons. I've even said it on this platform. I've said it. And it's true. Now let me piggyback off of what Daniel P said. Talking about eating niggas booties in London. Let me tell you something, man. It's goofy females like her, right? That continues on making other women look bad. See, melanated women have been taking large L's lately. And if you notice something, you notice that the L's, they get worse. The L's that these females keep taking, it gets worse and worse and worse. Y'all hold on just a second. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I apologize. Notice that all of these L's that they keep taking, it gets worse and worse and worse. It's not getting any better for them. And you know what? To make it so bad, they're unrepentant. They're unrepentant. They're amoral. They ain't trying to do better. They're not trying to be better men. They're not trying to be better men. They're not trying to be better women. They ain't trying to, they're not trying at all. They are proud of their debauchery. They are proud of their debauchery and in their chicanery. I've held y'all long enough, so I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. And my head is starting to hurt a little bit. So let me make these brief announcements, give y'all my final 2 cents, and I'm out of here. Testimony Tuesday for our online church. I'm gonna start putting the flyer on my Facebook profile too. And I'm gonna just stop confining it to our church group. I'm gonna start putting it on I'm gonna have to start writing down all these announcements. But every Tuesday we have Testimony Tuesday to share the goodness in your relationship, our relationship with the Most High. Feel free to join and share your testimony as well. Wednesday morning, we have prayer meeting from 9 to 9:30 in our Facebook church group. join us for that as well. And then later on, I'm going to share with you part 2 of my ministerial biography, my adventures as a minister of 23 years, coming up officially August the 14th. Then Thursday, my 40-year anniversary of life. I will be 40 years of age. And yes, I'm flexing because turning 40 is a big deal. It's also a privilege that has been denied to a lot of people. On Saturday, two things is going on. On Saturday at 12 noon, Brother Barron is having a back to school get together for the children. And that's going to be at 12 noon at Nash Square Park, 200 South McDowell Street in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's going to be school supplies, entertainment, food, cold beverages, great conversations, and lots of fun. Children must be accompanied by a parent or parents. Join us and feel the sensation of the pleasure of an unforgettable children's barbecue party. So this is a back to school for the Rugrats. And it's going to be this Saturday, August the 5th at 12 p.m. Later on at 7 o'clock, we will have our first night of revival. It's going to be our summer revival. It's going to be at 7 o'clock. And yours truly is going to be the revivalist. And it's going to be my very first sermon that I preach as a 40-year-old preacher. Yeah, I'm flexing, all right. I sure am. I'm going to be flexing for a while. So y'all might as well get used to it. Y'all might as well get used to it. I'm going to be flexing. I'm going to be flexing for a while. So y'all might as well get used to it. Sister Israel, thank you for the born day wishes. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it very, very much. And least I forget about Lady Marla's Savannah's Diamonds and Fine Jewelry, as well as our other group, the Couples Expertise. Coming soon, there's going to be some subjects on relationships that I'm going to be sharing in the Couples Expertise. Some of the things that I've experienced presently with Lady Marla and my past relationship with my first wife, and just overall in general. I just want to give you all a better insight, hindsight, foresight, and things of that sort. So I'm looking forward to that. And it's just a lot of things that we're going to get done, that we're going to get accomplished. It's just going to take time. The revival is going to be for throughout the whole month of August. It's going to be every Saturday in August, and it's going to be starting August 5th at 7 o'clock. Now, here's the thing. Every other day, we're going to start during the evening because Brother Barron's party that he's having for the children is going to be 12 noon. So the first night of it is going to be at 7 o'clock. And then the second Saturday is going to be at 12 noon. And then the following Saturday, which is our communion, is going to be at 7 o'clock also. And the next one is going to be at 12 noon. And then the fifth and final night of revival is going to be August. I believe it's going to be the August 27th at 7:30. That's going to be the night where I am not going to be presenting Yosef's 2 cents. I'm going to be concluding our summer revival. But when the month of August hits, I'm going to be putting the calendar that Lady Marla made, and so you all can be aware of what is to come. So get ready for that. This dude, you 10 years away from AARP insurance. Happy this dude got jokes. But thanks for the born day wishes as well. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. So get ready for that. There's gonna be a lot coming down the pike. There's also some things that's going on behind the scenes. It's confidential. I can't get into it, but just know we're working on it and it's going along very, very, very well. Only a select few people knows exactly what's going on behind the scenes, and that's all that's needed to know right now. So we're going to let everybody else know when everything is accomplished in due time. So, but let me go ahead and get ready to wrap this up. So I can get ready to yes, it is. It is definitely it's definitely a awesome work in progress. So we're looking forward to what is ahead. We're looking forward to it. But let me give y'all my final 2 cents, and then we're gonna wrap this thing up. Here's the deal. As I've said before, in my almost 40 years of life, I have seen a lot. I've heard a lot. I felt a lot. I continue to learn how to become not just a man, but a better man than I was before. A lot of what I have learned has come through trial and error. A lot as to what I have learned has come through trial and error. Some of the things that I've learned along the way, I should have learned growing up when I was a boy. And see, there's a lot of things a lot of us as men should have learned growing up as boys that we didn't learn until we got older. And that's not our fault. It was either because we didn't listen or our parents didn't know any better. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is, as as embarrassing as it might have been to finally learn what we should have learned as boys, we now learn in adulthood. Better late than never. Better late than never. In my almost 40 years of life, I've also continued to learn how to not only become a better man, but also a better preacher. I've also had to learn that the first person a man has got to learn to love is the Most High and then himself. And in a world like this, you have to have the courage to not be liked. You've got to find the courage and you have to find the strength to not be liked. Find the courage to be disliked. Because you got a lot of people, because you got a lot of people that is focused on being liked and being accepted by other people, but they don't like and respect themselves. You got people right now, right? You got people right now that's trying to seek the approval and the acceptance of people that's one day away from suicide. They're one breakup away from suicide. They're one bad day away from suicide. They're one breakup away from suicide. They're trying to accept, they're trying to get acceptance from a people that have abandonment issues. And I'm not just talking about the women, I'm talking about men too. Until you learn to look deep within yourself, right? Until you learn to look deep within your heart, within your mind, within your soul, within your spirit. Not necessarily in this order, but until you look to the hills from whence cometh your help and you look to the Most High and you look within yourself, you are going to always be at odds with yourself. There's a lot of y'all that's in relationships that ain't really real relationships. Y'all are not in real relationships. You're in situationships. And the reason why you're in situationships is because that man or that woman couldn't take no for an answer. And when that man and that woman tried to break up with that person respectfully, and honorably and decently, here come the gaslighting. Here come the shaming tactics. Here come the lies. I've seen this happen. Hell, it happened to me once. As a matter of fact, there was a chick that threatened to lie on me about me raping her. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sure did. Yeah. There was a chick that threatened to lie on me about raping her. Sure did. Yep. But the Most High carried me through that too. And I want to say this before we go to the men and the women. Since you realize you couldn't reason with that person and that person wouldn't take no for an answer, normally I don't advise anybody to do this, but since they can't take no for an answer and push has come to shove, ghost them. That's right. Ghost them. Leave them alone. Don't try and reason with lunatics. Don't try and reason with those that can't be reasoned with. And then the next thing is too, anybody that lies on another person and bearing false witness against that person, the Most High has got his time set for you. The Most High has got his time set for you. And then another thing also, nobody has the right to force themselves on anybody else if they don't want to be in a relationship with that person. Nobody has the right to tolerate such disrespect. Nobody does. Nobody has the right to be a parasite and to be to prey on anybody. Nobody does. So I want to say, as long as you're living and as long as you're breathing, guess what? Every day above the ground is a special occasion. And you should treat it as such. Because like I said, every day above the ground is a special occasion. Treat it as such. You are not the opinion of other people. You never have been, and you never will be. So stop looking for all of the right things in the wrong place. Stop looking for all of the right things in the wrong places and with the wrong people. Look to the Most High Yah, and look within yourself. It's time for you to start believing in the Most High, obeying his laws, statutes, and commandments. And it's time for you to start believing in yourself again. You got a comeback story. It's time for you to write that chapter, because you, sir, and you, ma'am, you are the comeback kid. I rest my case. And with that said, that's my 2 cents. It's been a ball, but the clock on the wall says that's all for now. I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for listening to me. Peace and blessings be upon y'all. And once again, I will be taking gifts all month long. That's my Cash App, Hidden One Truth. That's $ Hidden One Truth. Until next time, I'm Yosef X. That's been my 2 cents. Peace and blessings be upon all y'all. Y'all stay safe and stay cool out here. Catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all have a good night. Peace. I'm out.